morning, everybody. Welcome back to Packers Daily. We had Sunday off league-wide, as Matt told us on Saturday. The entire NFL was off on Sunday, but most teams back at it today. The last day without pads at Ray Nitschke Field. The shoulder pads come on tomorrow. It's your Packers Daily Chat right here on Cheesehead TV. Social channels is what we do Monday through Friday. Had to go a little early today. We got Matt LaFleur coming up prior to practice, and then we'll be out at Ray Nitschke Field. Hello to everybody in the comments. I know you guys won't let me down. I know you've all got your Underdog Fantasy app because you know it's the best and easiest place to play fantasy football for big cash prizes. On Underdog Fantasy, you just draft. No need to worry about waivers, lineups, or injuries. Underdog handles it all for you. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app. Draft a season-long best ball team, and that's it. No in-season management. You get a free $25 in bonus cash if you use the code Cheesehead. That's code Cheesehead when you make your first deposit. And you can take your shot at $1 million grand prize in their fantasy football tournament. So don't delay. Get your Underdog Fantasy app right away. Talk about right away. Vince was in here way before I started with a super chat. Thank you, Vince, for the support right away out of the gate here on a Monday morning. Good morning. I think Josiah Manimal DeGuara could be our Chris Cooley in this offense. Tell Rodgers to stop watching Con Air with Nick Cage hair. That's a good pull on the Con Air reference. As far as Chris Cooley, yeah, I could see that. Moves tight end. I think that's a lot of people peg him as. Much better than the fullback moniker that was given to him during the draft by people who don't know a whole lot. But, yeah, I could see that. Same kind of production eventually. Maybe not right away out the gate. Let's get him back healthy first. Nathan, thank you for the super chat. I start doing Lambeau tours this week. Hashtag Euchre season. I like it. I like it a lot. Get in that building, baby. Good morning, Nags. What's up, Kevin? How are you? Tony, good morning. Molly's here. Hello, Molly. Haven't seen you in a while. Happy Monday with football. How you doing? Good to see you. Why am I not wearing pads? They don't come on until tomorrow, man. Pads tomorrow. Beautiful day for football practice, Jack. It is a gorgeous day in Green Bay today. I will tell you that. No doubt about it. Left the background, Negler. Lambeau looking beautiful as always. Lambeau's gorgeous. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it. No doubt about it. Good morning from Florida. Hello, Ron. Good morning from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Any news on our new defensive tackle from Florida? Yeah, Timmy, he's big. But that's about it. When the pads come on, the hitting starts. We'll see how immovable he is. But right now, we just know he's big. Which NFLN team do you dislike the most? NFL Network team? I'm not sure what you're asking there. If you're talking about a National Football League team, it's the Minnesota Vikings, and I don't think it's close. Brad, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Top of the morning to you, Nags. Do you see any potential surprise cuts after training camp? Not at the moment, but that can change. I don't see anything happening that, people haven't pontificated about the entirety of this offseason and early in camp. I do think there's a possibility that we see a bit of a bloodletting at the wide receiver position. Just because of the numbers game at the bottom end of the roster, guys like Funchess, possibly EQ, but I don't think anybody would be surprised by those cuts. Can't wait for Packers Family Night. That's right, Alan. This Saturday night, Corey and I will be live right here across the street, giving you play-by-play for everyone who can't get the in-state feed. The Packers, stuck squarely in 2003 when it comes to digital media, do not offer a live stream. So Corey and I will do our best to give you a look-see, as it were. What do we got? Why is this so bad? I don't know why the connection's so bad, guys. Riley, thanks for the super chat. Who do you enjoy beating more, the Bears or the Vikings? Oh, the Vikings. 1,000,000,000% the Vikings. 12 surprise cuts. 12 may go ballistic again if that happens. Ray, we'll see. Brian's going to run his shop the way he wants to. I know that. Maybe he brings in Aaron for a conversation. A lot to play out. Anetta has a very long chat here. I am so excited that Aaron Rodgers is up there. I would love to come and see some of the practices while I'm in Wisconsin visiting, but I will wait about that. I love the background. I know you're exactly where you're sitting. You're in my great nephew's home with that gorgeous background. Say hello to Corey for me. Annette, I will do so. Smash that like button. Thanks, Mark. Axel, good morning. Hi, how are you? Morning from Connecticut. Do you think Jordan gets all the preseason snaps? Want to see him versus real camp? I do think there's a good chance he gets the majority of preseason snaps, at least the first half of every game. I would suspect into the third quarter, at least one of those games, maybe the Jets game. But yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of Jordan Love this preseason. I'd be surprised if Aaron Rodgers took many snaps at all. Morning, Nags. How much trade value do we lose with the way Rodgers' contract is structured? A little bit, Jeremy. I still think they have the capability with the post June 1st designation to get quite a haul. Ken Lass has a piece up at cheeseheadtv.com right now that you can go read. He kind of covers the entirety of that subject. Michael, thank you for the super chat. I've always loved the fact that training camp is right across the street and not in some other random town. I absolutely love that. And it's funny to watch. A lot of the teams around the league have kind of come into that model now. I mean, the Packers obviously had their guys staying at St. Norbert for decades, but the practices themselves were always right here by the facility. Used to be a lot of teams would leave town for camp, but most teams have now kind of followed this model of having camp nearby the facility. I mean, obviously some of the teams like the Cowboys still travel for theirs and what have you, but I remember when I was a kid, there used to be a ton of training camps all throughout Wisconsin. The Cheese League is what they used to call it. The Kansas City Chiefs, the Chicago Bears, a couple other teams would come up to parts of western Wisconsin and have their camp kind of in an away spot. But now most teams hang by their own facilities. Why didn't 12 list Sitton on his vest wrong by the front office? Ray, I think he did. I don't know. I haven't gone back and listened to it, but I think he said Lang and Sitton. I could be wrong, though. Patrick, thanks for the super chat. Liking video. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for the support. Molly, thank you for the super sticker. Thanks so much. The fact teams' bidding value comes up. Danny, I would suspect, right? I mean, that's the thing. Yes, is the contract something to like take on whatever for whoever ends up trading for Aaron? Yeah, undoubtedly, but there's going to be competition. I don't think it's just going to be the Broncos who are going after him. So, yeah, no doubt about it. Saints were in lacrosse. That was it. Thank you, Kevin. That's right. The defensive tackle they drafted is TJ Slayton. He calls himself a TJ. Love the Cheese League. Watch the Saints at UW lacrosse every year. I mean, we used to go out and watch the Chiefs. It was a good time. I live in Stevens Point, and the Jags did a training camp here when I was a kid. Yep, Mike. I think they came up for only a couple years, but I do remember that a long time ago. Bears in Platteview. Yep, that was one of them. Can Benkert push for a kicking spot? Fake punt would be something. Doubt it, Brandy. Mason went 8 for 8 the other day at practice. I don't see Mason allowing anyone else to be kicking anytime soon. Is there a relationship in Star Wars that you can compare to the relationship of Goody and Rogers? Sure. How about Admiral Holdo and Poe Dameron? They're on the same side, but there's tension, but they're both trying to win. That's just off the top of my head. Didn't know what I was doing. I wanted to tell you, I listen to your podcast every single day, and so should everyone else. Molly, that's really, really nice of you. Thank you very much. What else we got here? How's the punter competition going, Long Snapper 2, while we're at it? They haven't had any live periods. They've done drill stuff, but we haven't even seen much in the way of live special teams, so it's hard to say. Hopefully, pads will come on tomorrow, and we'll start getting some obviously, they won't be fully live, but some more kind of team special team stuff. Because right now, they've done, practicing the protection units. They've done some individual work with the gunners and coverage stuff as far as like what your steps are, what your lanes are supposed to be. But we haven't seen any teamwork when it comes to the special teams. Donnie, thanks for the super chat. Nags, have you decided if you're coming to Cincy for the game? Keep carrying the fucking G. Go Pack, go. Donnie, up in the air still. I doubt it, but we never know. We never know what's going to happen down the road here. Most likely I'll be in the studio in New York. I see Goot as Baby Yoda. He has it in him, just needs developed. Brandy, I like it. What's my bowling average? Terrible. Very terrible. There's a bowling alley literally a block away from me in New York. And I used to, pre-COVID, I used to go all the time. And I sucked. But I just like drinking beer and playing the jukebox. Accidental Hero, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Is there a relationship in the Big Lebowski that's like Goots and 12? Thanks for your coverage. Yeah, it's Aaron is the dude and Goody is the cop when he says, do you have any leads? And he goes, leads. Yeah, we got him working in shifts. Sorry, guys, I'm cracking myself up over here. Nathan, thanks for the super chat. If 12, Goot, and Matt watch Seven Samurai, we win the Super Bowl. There's no doubt. Seven Samurai, if they watched Ran, if they watched any Kurosawa film together, I think they would bond in a way that would destine them for glory. Is Jair okay? Why did they hold him out of practice? Yes, Jill, he's okay. He dropped out on Friday with muscle tightness, some cramping. He got stretched out. And that's why Stokes was in there getting burned by Devontae. Yeah, they held him out from team stuff on Saturday just as a precaution. I suspect he'll be back doing team today. He did all the drill work on Saturday. He just didn't participate in team. So I think he's totally fine. He said he was fine. We'll see later today. But, yeah, I suspect he'll be back out there. What are the chances of getting Drew and KB on a transplants this year? 100%, Rob. That will happen. We're going to be doing a lot more with Drew and KB this year. Stick around. DeGuara greater than Sternberger. There's a great possibility that is true, but we got to get DeGuara back out on the field first. What do I think of Stokes? I think he's exciting as hell. He's very, very young and green. Got talent for days. He's going to take his lumps early on. No doubt about it. But the talent is there. The ceiling is incredibly high. Walter, thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on Cobb Amari dynamic and snap counts? Sounds suspiciously like a fantasy football question. I tend to think Amari probably ends up getting a bunch more snaps as the year goes on. Initially, early on, probably a pretty decent split, favoring Cobb, maybe 60-40. I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them draw stuff up for the two of them. I don't think there'll be a ton of that. I think that'll be a wrinkle that they use. That's not going to be part of their base offense or anything. But, yeah, I think Cobb is very much – I take him at his word. When he doesn't care how many snaps he gets, what his production is, just he's here to win a ring. He's going to do whatever they ask him to do. Amari, like I've told you guys, his athleticism just jumps off the field. They're going to want to get him on the field early and often. YZ on the NFI. I believe it was a back. We got the injury stuff on Saturday. Z was a back. Kevin King is a hammy. I know you're shocked. Kiki was an ankle. Those are the three I remember off the top of my head. How's King looking? He looks great on the sideline doing nothing. Like I said, he's on the non-football injury list. He's got a hamstring issue. Rashawn in coverage. Was he awkward or comfy? I wouldn't say comfy, but he's a natural athlete. It doesn't look like it's awkward for him, that's for sure. He can turn his hips and run. Live X should do a broadcast for Family Night. Revenge of the John. We are. It's funny you should say that. We'll be doing live watch party for Family Night. Corey and I will be upstairs like we were 2 years ago. I'll be watching the live proceedings and giving you guys play-by-play and commentary and all the goodness. How can you recover your confidence as a corner after such a bad game like Sullivan and King had in the NFC Championship game? Because you're a professional, and that is literally the job. We just heard Matt talking about that the other day. One of the biggest things that separates you as a pro is your ability to put that stuff in the rearview mirror. You have to. You're going to get beat. Jair's been beat. You have to be able to turn around, shut that out, and move forward. And, if you can't, it's probably going to be pretty apparent early on, and that's when not only will your play slip, your place in the roster and the depth chart will slip. Who is my favorite Packers player currently, Brandy? Probably David Bakhtiari, with Aaron Jones a close second. Most underrated player on the defense. Ooh, Cheddarhead. That's a good one. Most underrated player. Probably, it sounds crazy, but probably Adrian Amos, especially nationally. I don't think most people realize how good he is and was a lot of last year and how valuable he is to that defense. What's up, TBM? How you doing, man? Do I happen to know which players will be speaking after practice today? I do, Ryan. Hold on a second. Let me open my email from Packers PR. We're going to hear from Chris Barnes, Mercedes Lewis, Preston Smith, and Billy Turner. Barnes, Lewis, Smith, and Turner are your podium Packers today. Next, funny how A-Rod didn't complain about the shabby treatment Josh Sitton and Mike McCarthy got. Methinks he doesn't care for those two guys. It's possible. Although, like I said earlier, I thought he said Lang and Sitton, but I may be wrong. My favorite is Jair. He can play, and he has a personality like no other. That is 1,000% true. That boy can play. Pads Tuesday, anyone in particular you excited to see? TJ Slayton and Ben Braden. I want to see the big heavies get after it, man. I want to see some hitting along the lines. I want to see some one-on-ones. I am ready for it. I am sick of this OTA nonsense. Have I run into him again yet this year? I don't think he's here. I think he's living in Michigan, being happy in retirement. I don't think he's posted at the Athletics since the draft. So, yeah, no McGinn here this year. Am I there for the entire camp? No, Victor. I leave right before the first preseason game. After the preseason game, traditionally, the preseason starts and they wind camp down. This year, they threw a curveball and had that joint practice with the Jets after the first preseason game. So I am sorry I'm going to be missing that. But, yeah, I leave on the 13th. Exciting hearing Rodgers likes Myers. Yeah, Jake, I mean, Myers has looked the part. There's no doubt about it. Again, that's one of those guys you want to see once the pads come on. But so far, so good. He absolutely looks like the real deal. There's no question about that. When do the Jets come in for joint practice? How excited is Aaron for it? Yeah, Matt made a little quip about that the other day. Not everyone loves the joint practices, including the quarterback, but coaches love them. The Jets come in. I leave the 13th. They come in that next week. The 13th is a Friday. They come in that following Tuesday, and those two practices are open during the week. Brad, thanks for the super chat. Hopefully we see more Gary than P. Smith this year. Love his energy and athleticism. I mean, that's the hope. That's the dream. We will see. I think you're going to see a lot of the three of them on the field together. But we'll see how it shakes out. You know, sometimes guys rise and fall, ebbs and flows of the season. You never know. And, of course, injury can always be part of the equation. Hopefully not, but undoubtedly that's something that we'll have to track and find out as the year goes on. Was I surprised about Simon Stepanak's retirement? Not really, Dennis. I know he was fighting back from a pretty significant injury. Last year, they brought him off the injury list to try and bring him on for a few weeks, and then he reverted back to IR. That was kind of your first clue. And then to come in and have a personal reason, you figure he's probably struggling with it. So, I mean, I haven't talked to him or his agent, but, you know, no, it really didn't surprise me. What's up, Dawson? Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Nags. Chiefs played in River Falls, Wisco. That's right. Go Pack, go. I was there for a few summers. No doubt about it. I'm still concerned about the cornerback room depth after Alexander. I understand that, Brandy, but you got Stokes. You know, you got Sullivan, and I know people bag on him, and I get it, but you could do a lot worse. You can't have superstars at every position. You can't have ultimate depth at every spot. I think the Packers, especially when you look at guys like Kabion Ento and Kadar Holman, they got guys who can, you know, do the job in a pinch. There's no doubt about that. And I would also not forget about Henry Black. I know he's listed as a safety, but they play him in some corner situations. So interested to see how they mix that up this year. Speaking of mixing it up, you know, you're wearing a lot of T-shirts in the off season. I get it, but sometimes you need a year-round piece of clothing. You need a hoodie like this Acme Packers hoodie. Look at this baller piece. You want this thing on your body representing the Acme Packers, the Green Bay Packers, old school style. You see it during my Packers dailies when I'm home. That picture, it's iconic. Now you can wear it. Go to vinfl.com. That's vinfl.com. Use code CheeseheadTV for 15% off. Get it, man. Look stylish. Represent the Packers wherever you go. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I'm going to hear from Matt LaFleur. Then we'll be at practice. I'll be back this afternoon after we hear from some players for some extra cheese. Thanks a lot, everybody. Please do me a huge favor. Hit like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. And then tell your friends, tell your family, Cheesehead TV. We're devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack, go.